has provided fine support. Markram head and shoulders above anyone else. Not out 63 now. Bosch and on strike. Let's have a look at some of these shots from Corbin Bosch. 12 fours in this 63. It really has been very special. It runs all over the place. Had some lovely shots off the back foot in particular. A couple of nice drives as well. But everything's superbly controlled. That's the nice thing about Corbin Bosch. And he's strong. Really good work on the offside. Tested him a couple of short deliveries. That didn't matter. Followed up with a couple of fuller balls. Also drove those comfortably. He certainly has some time, Corbin Bosch, and sure has some ability.
It's all really fabulous, this, for South Africa. Look at his wagon wheel and where he's looked to play. No surprise that there are a whole lot of runs on that offside. Driving at 1,000,000 miles an hour from the time he walked out there, despite the ball swinging, despite it going past that outside edge. Happy to just keep going at it. As long as he recognized it or thought he did, he'd swing at it. Fortune, as they say, favors the brave. And he didn't find the edge. He didn't nick too many.
Now this is a proper sort of wagon wheel, not of a tail ender, not of a late middle order, but like as if it's an opener's wagon wheel we're seeing. Bit high, I think. Not given by the umpire. Pakistan do not have a review. Yes, you can't go for that.
I heard 3 appeals actually, and they're all from Naseem Shah.
Yeah, I reckon somewhat sadistic if you're an umpire some of the time, where you know there are no reviews left. And Alex Wolff, he just keeps staring straight down the pitch as if Naseem Shah is not even there.
That's the problem right there. 0. No reviews. Not good use of the reviews. Cracked away. No run off that one.
Yeah, and all I say, very good for South Africa. It's better the problem of plenty than of little. And despite all their injuries, and they've had quite a lot of injuries, this test team, and you think of the players who aren't there, and there's an exercise, you know, try and kind of name alongside those who are playing and who are in the squad, name those who aren't, whether batters, all-rounders or bowlers.
Well, let's try, shall we?
And we're starting in this test match. So he comes in for Maharaj, but we could easily sort of slot him alongside Mulder, who was injured and is now recovered but not match fit to play here.
Could see it.
Yep, as you're working backwards, I guess. And Andre Berger.
Yeah, and Andre Berger's got a stress fracture. It's a little bit more severe than the other one.
King Williams.
Yep.
Well, I'm not. Yeah, he's injured. His toes injured as well because he was in the squad, I think, for the 1 days. And Nokia.
That's right. He was fit again, wasn't he? Then he broke a toe. And then I suppose we could go with, off the top of my head, I'm thinking Ngidi. Off the top of my head again, I could think of Miller. Did a calf, didn't he? In 1 day. Ngidi would have been playing the tests.
Miller wouldn't have been.
But he missed, he was injured in the season.
And is your head the monitor?
What monitor?
Almost doing all the parts of the body there on the right hand side.
There's almost a team on the sidelines. That's the basic news. Almost a team of injuries, and the thing about it, they're not the same injuries. They're all different injuries, so you can't necessarily say, okay, someone's doing hamstrings all the time. I think that's bat on pad. I've got 3 more appeals again from Nasim Shah, and there's no review. 283 for 9.
कोई भी पुराना मोबाइल हमें दे जाए और नया सैमसंग फोन ले जाए।
सैमसंग ट्रेड इन ऑफर, पुराना फोन लाओ, नया फोन ले जाओ।
मास्टर वेदर रेजिस्टेंट पेंट जो रखे आपकी घर की बैरूनी दीवारों को सर्दी के सब असरात से महफूज। मास्टर वेदर रेजिस्टेंट लंबा चलेगा।
Nasim Shah, after the lunch break, his pace is up, his energy levels are good, his ball long spell, and he's been the go-to guy for Shan Masood after lunch. 3 for 81 in his 20 overs. The other thing is the switch on and switch off factor, because you're absolutely switched on when Peterson is on strike and kind of switched off when the half centurion is on strike, and that can be troubling because usually teams don't work like that. So you're better off really attacking them both. Having a safe field, I can understand a deep point for Bosch, but really to throw in the towel when the over is young is not the right way to go about it.
That sounds broken.
And I think it's the hardest thing to do. We've all been in such situations where you're faced with this kind of calamity where you're not getting the desired result and you fall back on negativity, but that's such a difficult thing to do because your ego is being hurt here, and we play for ego, we play for supremacy, and that's been neutralized here.
Inside edge onto the pad. Bosch instinctively thought about a single, but no.
The behavior of the surface. Can't speak enough about it with the ball 69 overs old and Matt jagging as much as it's done. He's on 65, Bosch, but as that reared up and cut back at him, found it difficult, had to let go of the bottom hand. And so the opening batters for Pakistan, Shan Masood and Saim Ayub, will be and would have been for some time watching with interest and trying to work out in their minds how they play to be successful on here.
Field's come up now, and that's it straight back past the bowler, and that's going to run away pretty smartly for a boundary. That's clever batting, really good work from Corbin Bosch.
That's better than clever, that's outstanding stuff. because he read the situation, read the field, picked up the length. It wasn't such a bad ball to hit, but he hit it straight somehow. And that is such good craft.
An illustration of his strength. He clubs this. The length is good. As the bowler, you're not unhappy. You want him to be trying to hit that, and instead of just the straight bat, he's kind of gone slightly horizontal, as if somewhat playing a tennis shot back down the line.
Straight to Babar Azam, who will also be thinking about batting for a long time in the second innings. End of that over. 70 overs gone, 288 for 9.
Ufone 4G पे U Power 300 लगाओ with 8 GB data, 100 off net minutes. वो भी सिर्फ 300 रुपए में. अभी *1234*4 hash मिलाओ और लगातार बातें करते जाओ.
मास्टर वेदर रेजिस्टेंट पेंट जो रखे आपकी घर की बैरूनी दीवारों को सर्दी के सब असरात से महफूज. मास्टर वेदर रेजिस्टेंट, लंबा चलेगा.
This is going to be a beauty. Day 1 on the 3rd. If we complete this one, whenever that does finish, South Africa have the upper hand at this stage. They just need to win one of these two to go through to that World Test Championship in June in Lords. But at the moment, we're at Supersport Park. The lead is 77 now for South Africa. Naseem Shah again. Patterson backing away, getting that just for a single to get Bosch back on strike. You might be wondering why we haven't taken tea. 9 wickets down. That's why we're still going, by the way. That happens when they're 9 down at lunch or tea these days. So you can go for an extra half hour or the fall of the last wicket. Inside edge that time, sent back by Patterson. He says, I'm not going down that end now. You keep the strike.
Good awareness, actually. Sticking to the plan. The natural instinct, I think, is to run, to try and take the runs. But good presence of mind from Patterson. Readying themselves, you'll have bowlers particularly with just about everything on, minus the boots. Batters take a little longer.
Yeah, some might have realised that Patterson had the pads on and he was due to go in next, and some of those boys might have changed in their whites pretty smartly as soon as they knew he was going to be not far away from batting perhaps, but they've been sitting around for a while now. 38 minutes Patterson's been out there in the middle. South Africans will be happy to wait in that change room.
Yeah, I mean, what are they thinking? Second innings is going to be monumental for them. And you've got to look at this challenge as an opportunity also, especially this guy, Babar Azam. His team needs a big knock from him. He played beautifully.
He'll be feisty again.
Yeah, player with the attitude. Salman Ali Agha plays so well with the tail. Saim Ayub, can he thrive in Test match cricket? He's got the potential to do that. Saud Shakil, your typical Test match player, good average, good numbers. It's all about fighting it out now.
And there's still many overs left in the day's play. We've still got 41 after this. It's finished. Solid drive. Just going to trot through for one.
What happens is that such a partnership ties you down as a fielding side because you're frustrated, things are not happening. Partnership of 36, you felt that the end was close, but not really. So the captain has got to G them up when they go out in the dugout. It's all about having that mentality to once again raise the game, raise the platform, and be there, be competitive.
Yeah, an opportunity to do something special. They've got the ability, these Pakistan batsmen, to play very well individually and then collectively. Backing away, swing and a miss to finish that over. 290 for 9.
Never get lost in translation. Galaxy AI's live translate feature. You can talk in any language, just like that.
मास्टर वेदर रेजिस्टेंट पेंट जो रखे आपकी घर की बैरूनी दीवारों को सर्दी के सब असरात से महफूज। मास्टर वेदर रेजिस्टेंट, लंबा चलेगा।
जा रहा है ठीक है, इसी में चांस है, बस समंदर पार नहीं।
Highest score by number 9 on debut for South Africa now. Wonders on Deki, 59. Leeds, Headingley, 2003.
I wonder what this chat's about. I'm going to try and launch him into the scoreboard. He's not going to float it though, and it's going away. He was very annoyed with himself then. Get it straight to the fielder.
Interesting thing is that one gripped and spun. Always useful to employ a spinner, irrespective whether it's the first innings or the second innings, day 1 or day 2. And Pakistan clearly, as far as I'm concerned, missed a trick by not using spin more.
Particularly when clearly a couple of the bowlers were struggling. It was certainly worth a bit of a go. It was just for a few overs, just to try something. Rocking on the back foot. Easing that on the offside, just trotting through for the single this time.
Talk about taking an opportunity when you get one. Corbin Bosch here for fun. Now on to 71. Come in as a replacement because there are injuries. And with a performance like this, and we're, I suppose, just about halfway into the game, and you're in the conversation, whatever other test matches must occur, wherever they must be played. 291 for 9.
Very hard to, no matter what happens from a fitness point of view of other players, to leave out in Newlands and Cape Town on the 3rd. Very hard.
As you say, difficult to leave out for the 3rd. I don't think that's the one I'm sort of looking at, actually. There's another test match potentially if things go right in this one.
Beautifully played for 4.
Not going to say it, but you know what I'm thinking.
No problem. No, we don't. We don't.
New ball and just under 8 overs. Does a lot on here. You expect it to. The sole ball's already doing enough to be troublesome. Not necessarily to Bosch at the moment, but what you get, sometimes it goes further with batters playing shots.
Cries of catch it, but that's going to be very safe. That's running right from the boundary.
Effortlessly walking into that 80s now. He's on 79. Eyeing 100 there. Definitely now he's got to get help from the other end. Top edge. Well, he's played a beauty here. This knock is of high quality. Earlier mentioned that batting wagon wheel suggested that it was a top orders batting wagon wheel we're looking at. Drives and cuts and pulls.
Yeah, initially he showed us his drives, a propensity to just drive at everything. Now showing us he can play off the back foot as well. And is able to be selective about which ones he goes for, which ones he can control. That one too high with those 2 men back. Ill-advised to try and take it on. We said sizable when it was about 50, the lead. It's gone on to 88. With the 3 wickets they got, 178 for 5, 188 for 6, 191 for 7.
Single brings up the 300 now. Bosch has gone past, by the way. He's moved to 80. 300 on the board. He's gone past his highest score in first-class cricket.
And he's a man playing above his statistics. When you look at his first-class statistics, this is not what they suggest.
Nasim Shah, by the way, is just about out on his feet. And bending over as he's walking back a couple of times. He's had enough, I think. He's just about to explode. About to complete his... Picked up 3. He's not going to reach that. Kick of the turf from Nasim Shah at the end of his follow-through. 300 for 9.
मास्टर वेदर रेजिस्टेंट पेंट जो रखे आपकी घर की बैरूनी दीवारों को सर्दी के सब असरात से महफूज। मास्टर वेदर रेजिस्टेंट लंबा चलेगा।
Have a massive advantage and a massive lead.
Where's the history? Very good.
Bottom line, South Africa lead by 89 runs. Markram scored 89. Bosch on 80. Same Ayub. Floats one up. No run taken first ball that over.
That's the other thing about this batting. He's left a lot of runs out there because he's batting with his last player, number 11. So only a single this time. So Pakistan have got an opportunity here. A window has opened up. 4 balls at Pedersen.
Yeah, probably the first real misjudgment. It's a miscalculation. That's a whether he could get back for a second. He said 2, and he had to be sent back by Patterson, who recognized that they wouldn't be able to get back for a second.
Ulta? No, it was Sida. Straight one.
Sida.
दूर ये catch it
Cries of catch it. This might be the end. Is it going to be taken? Oh, it is taken in the end. My goodness. Karam Shahzad, yeah, that's right. He was spinning around in circles. That's an extraordinary catch to finish the innings. Very good grab in the end. It's the end of South Africa, but it's outstanding work from Corbin Bosch. He finishes on 81 not out. That is quite stupendous. What a performance from him on debut.
Yeah, miscalculation. The only one in this partnership where he exposed his mate for 4 balls and so ends up with a magnificent 81. What a test match he's having. And it's not over yet. He'll have the ball with him soon. So on a surface like this, you expect him to deliver once again like he did in the first innings. But you've got to stand up to the talent that he is. Robin Bosch with a magnificent 81. Match-winning knock.
The stage, well, it's a big one. And this is a huge performance in the circumstances. Applauded by his teammates as he comes back in, Corbin Bosch. Because the game really was on a knife edge. And had they not managed these lower order runs, his runs, Bosch would have had this game even Stevens, and it would become a sort of second innings shootout. He's given his team the advantage, shown wonderful temperament.
Good catch. Have a look at the spinning around the last minute. If you get a chance to see that, he was in no position to take that. That's at the final minute. Ayu picks up a wicket. He's got some batting to do now. There we go. Is the spinning around. There we go. Where's it? Where's it? Where's it? There it is. There it is. No, there it is. Good catch.
Yeah, what I thought was really good what he did when he recognized that it might be troublesome to catch is he whipped his hat off straight away to make sure that the peak of his hat wouldn't get in the way with him searching for the ball up in the sky. Nice touch as well. Handshakes to Corbin Bosch as he off.
Yeah, Rizwan was the first to go and a couple others followed after that, but look at the batting card. Well, we've been raving so far from South Africa with that 89, but Corbin Bosch was just as good. 81 not out off 93 balls. Quite extraordinary. 15 fours in that 81, and that was a frustration partnership at the end with 47, and also very good Rabada and Bosch at 41.
Yeah, and you think you can go to the one before that as well. Markram and Bosch. So those last 3, as I said, the game in the balance, and then those last 3 partnerships turn it for South Africa and shift it in their favor. The bowling, well, they toil, but at different times they probably weren't potent enough. And despite their striking, they couldn't get enough in the right area for a consistent period of time. 3 for Kuram, 3 for Naseem, and a couple for Amir, with 1 apiece for Abbas and Saeem, brought into the attack quite late.
Righto, let's look at the match summary. Pakistan 2-1-1. That wasn't enough. Batting first, it was tough, but it wasn't enough. Patterson 5 for 61, his second 5-wicket haul. Bosch 4 for 63. South African reply 301. Markham 89, Bosch 81 not out, and South Africa now lead by 90 runs. That's a very healthy lead after both teams have batted once. We're going to take a break now. The roller's on there in the middle, so that's going to be doing a little bit of work to flatten things down a little bit for Pakistan. They'll be hoping they're going to bat really well and get a good start. Importantly, it is tea at the moment. We're going to take a break. We'll be back shortly. We'll be up in the studio.
मास्टर वेदर रेजिस्टेंट पेंट जो रखे आपकी घर की बैरूनी दीवारों को सर्दी के सब असरात से महफूज। मास्टर वेदर रेजिस्टेंट, लंबा चलेगा।
मुझे तेरा ख्याल ही बहुत है।
चल पगले, मुझे पता है तेरे पास डेटा बहुत है।
जब यूफोन 4G की डिजिटल मेगा ऑफर पे मिले 200 GB डेटा तो हर दिल बोले डेटा बहुत है।
अपना कोई भी पुराना मोबाइल हमें दे जाएं और नया सैमसंग फोन ले जाएं।
सैमसंग ट्रेड इन ऑफर, पुराना फोन लाओ, नया फोन ले जाओ।
सेंसराइन रैपिड एक्शन सिर्फ 60 सेकंड्स में आराम देता है। मैं रेकमेंड करती हूँ सेंसराइन रैपिड एक्शन का रोजाना बाकायदगी से इस्तेमाल। पेशेंट्स वापस आके बताते हैं इट वर्क्स।
नए स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी, कमाल का टेस्ट है यार।
एक्टिंग है या नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी का कमाल, खुद ट्राई करके देखो।
सेंसराइन रैपिड एक्शन सिर्फ 60 सेकंड्स में आराम देता है। मैं रेकमेंड करती हूँ सेंसराइन रैपिड एक्शन का रोजाना बाकायदगी से इस्तेमाल। पेशेंट्स वापस आके बताते हैं इट वर्क्स।
यूफोन 4G पे यू पावर 300 लगाओ with 8 GB data, 100 ऑफ नेट मिनट्स। वो भी सिर्फ 300 रुपए में। अभी *1234*4# में जाओ।
दिन चाहे नया हो, फर्स्ट हमेशा याद रहता है। पहला स्मार्टफोन
For me has been a big recovery from a really, you're going to get back on a cricket field, and it's just grateful to have this moment.
It's Flashback Friday, and what a way to look back at some great moments in the history of cricket. Graeme Smith, what a colossal talent. Really redefined the top order batting in Test match cricket for South Africa. It was his 5th Test double century and the 12th player in the history of cricket to bring up 9,000 Test runs behind Jacques Kallis, the second South African. I mean, he really brought out from the ability to take the attack to any bowler, and particularly the Aussies he got after.
Yeah, I mean, a very confident starter. Actually, I still remember, he came across, that was in England, way back, his debut series, where he spoke eloquently, where he was authoritative, and he allowed his bat, or let his bat do the talking as well on the field. So, yes, a tremendous all-round cricketer and a very good leader as well.
Started young, Polly, and many wondered, is this guy a bit too young for international cricket? But he took to it so well.
Yeah, he did, and I think it's his powers of concentration. I mean, technique-wise, there was probably always questions. He wasn't the best-looking South African to ever go out to the crease, but as far as